Managing all our other activities, joining for the Upanishadic classes every day is a commendable thing. While giving this time for the study of Upanishads, let us try to give our mind and intellect also. Let us learn to give our mind intellect also. Let us train to give our mind and intellect also for this great, grand, glorious endeavor. Friends, here we are to do our daily few sadhanas of Mangalacharana Shloka, Shanti Mantra Ucharana, Sankalpa for our sadhana, Sankalpa for Sanatana Dharma, Samrakshana Abhivruddhi, Samrakshana for the entire Vishwa Adhyatmika Pragati. We are here to do our Upanishad Parayanam, then Adhyayanam of the Upanishad. Chandogya Upanishad is the one, big bulky one we took up for study. We have done our Shanti Mantras, Mangalacharana Shloka by Adi Shankara thoroughly. We are seeing the Sambandha Bhashyam. Most probably we will do it today. Then we enter into the study of the actual Upanishad, one by one Adhyaya, one by one Khanda. May we invoke the divine Kripa of the Guru Parampara, Chandogya Upanishad Guru Parampara, Shruti Mata, our Ishtadevata, all saints, to empower us that we are able to study this Upanishad perfectly without any outer and inner hindrance. Then we do our Vedic chanting. Today it is Atharvana Veda Antargata Indra Suktham for Sarva Samrakshana Papa Nivarana. Then we have one of the Rishi whose Gayatri Mantra we will chant. Then a little of this final common sense thought. Parabrahma, Paramatma, Parameshwara, Jagannatha, the entire Devata Gana, Guru Gana, Shastra Gana be showering their continuous Krupa on us. When we are committed, intense, serious in our sadhana, that makes them feel to bless us. May our Vyaktitva also vikasita day by day in every of its beautiful aspects. Thus, celebrate the life every moment by doing, by gaining, by doing, by reaching. Let us start. Om, 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo, Vamsharashibhyo Mahadbhyo, Namo Gurubhyah. Om Yairime Guruvih Purvam, Padavakya Pramanatah, Vyakhyatah Sarva Vedantah, Nityam Pranatosmyah. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Om Nidaye Sarva Vidyanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalam Spatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। ॐ सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. See, so many beautiful mantras are there readily available. We have to train ourselves, equip ourselves to know their meaning, to contemplate on them, to experience them. Om Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Samasta Brahma Vidyacharyebhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Devatabhyo Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha Chandogya Upanishad Acharyebhyo Namaha Sankalpaha Tesham Sarvesham Kripanugrahen उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन तस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयाः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये सामवेदांतर्गत छांदोग्योपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य सहित अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. संकल्प इज डन. ओम अथ सामवेदांतर्गत छांदोग्योपनिषद आद्य शंकर पूज्य भगवत्पाद विरचित मंगलाचरण श्लोकः. 3 times. ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने. ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने. ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने. Ashivaghatanam means refraining from the amangalakara activity. Shivaya means at the Sharirendriya Pranamano level, living a Shiva Rupa Jivana, Mangala Rupa Jivana, auspicious life. Namashri Deshikendraya is with our intellect, learn the knowledge from the Guru, having surrendered to him. Sakshine is more and more be a Sakshi, including to those what we are doing, we have to do. Thus, aim is Sarva Atita. In that Sarva Atita sthiti, everything is dropped and dropped and dropped. Because Sarva Atita we want to reach to. Finally is Sachidananda Sandra. There we have to identify ourselves with already existing that Sachidananda Sandra Atma Swarupa Sthiti. That way this shloka is So complete in sadhana. May all these things be revealed to us deeply, and we may do sadhana intensely and experience the reality surely soon, establishing it convincingly, confirmedly. Now let us chant the Shanti mantra of the Upanishad. औपनिषदक शांति मंत्रम ओम वांग मे मनसि प्रतिष्णु अथ सामवेदांतर्गत छांदोग्योपनिषदः शांति मंत्रः ओम आप्यायन्तु ममांगानि वाक् प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः 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 ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ओम शांति शांति शांति. These Upanishadic, these mantras, more explanation is seen in the seventh Adhyaya, Sanat Kumara Narada Samvad. How from the grossest to the subtlest, Sanat Kumarji guides Narada in that Bhuma Vidya. So beautiful it is. So here, what we have to do, feel is do it, feel it, pray for it, achieve it is every upadhi from the sthula to the sukshma. We only have to manage it and we have to pray to the Lord, even to that upadhi also, in that also. The adhisthana paramatma alone is there. What you have to say? Oh upadhi, please don't bind. First, don't make me do wrong things with you. Second, may I do the right things with you. Third, please don't bind me. Fourth, please push me to the next level. है ना? In this way, each of the upadhi. First, angani. Let the entire sharira be intact without any roga. May we not misuse that sharira. May we do the right thing with that sharira. Then let that sharira, tadatmya sthiti be transcended. Then at the vani level we are. It is the indicator of all karmendriyas. Be attentive of the karmendriyas and master them also. Do not do the wrong things with them. Do right thing. Take their help through prayer to go to the next level. Mindful about the prana. Prana is sakshat Paramatma only. The prana shakti, focus on that. Maintaining that, mastering that, seeing that it is always there intact with us. Then Chakshushrotram. Let our eyes refrain from those seeings which unnecessarily agitate our mind and distract us from the main goal. These places we have to be ruthless. So to the Shrotram, the ears. As much good we are in seeing the Lord with our eyes in our puja room, listening to the Upanishads with our ears in the class. If we are not careful, so much bad also we are. Again with the eyes, seeing the same things, sorry, seeing the bad things and destroying our mind or spoiling it. So too, we are bad to listen with the ears those things which should not be heard. There again we have to be intelligent, smart to save ourselves from our own wrongdoings. Then the balam. Here we can call the bala as sadhaka bala. I am a seeker wala strength. Then indriyani cha sarvani. All the antarindriyas we can talk as Krishna Vasudeva. O mana, may I recognize you, your glory. O mana, may I not do wrong things with you. May I do right things with you. Then don't hold me. Push me to next level of buddhi. Same, O buddhi, may I not misuse you. May I rightly use you. Push me to the next level of chitta. Buddhi is conviction. Chitta is nirantara contemplation on the reality. Chitta, may I always be blessed by you. With your help, may my aham be shifted in its identity from the binding, ignorance projected upadhis to liberating reality. In this way, every upadhi has to be understood, used, requested not to bind, go to the higher and higher level. Indriya discernment. And then one of the very powerful thing, even after one Upanishad heard or 100 Upanishads heard 10,000 times also, if we can understand, it saves us. What is it? Clarity about our what we have to achieve. We have to achieve only this Sarvam Brahma Upanishad. That is the most important conviction. Day by day, we have to become strong in that our goal is Sarvam Brahma and that Brahman is as told by the Upanishad. Don't go to any other shop for Brahma Vidya. Go only to the Upanishads. Go to the Upanishads for only Brahma Vidya, not for anything else. And yourself go only for Brahma Vidya, particularly not for anything else. That is the meaning of Sarvam Brahma Upanishad. याद रखो, come down from the Brahma Sthiti, misery, bondage is inevitable. Full stop. You want to continue it, continue. No, I don't want any bondage, any misery. Don't come down from Sarvam Brahma Sthiti. That's it. There are no alternatives in that. That is why that pleading, that requesting, that begging, that telling to oneself softly, smoothly, strongly, what? Maham Brahma Nirakurya. We have seen all the 7, 8 facets of this mantra. In that Maham Brahma Nirakuryam tone, there is a request, there is a pleading, there is a commitment, there is a conviction, there is a command, there is an intellectual conviction, there is a prayer to the divine. All moods, all tones you can apply in saying this sentence. माहम ब्रह्म निराकुर्या, है ना। हर एक इमोशन से उसको कह सकते, लाइक राम जय जय राम, दिस कैन बी सेड इन सो मेनी टोन्स ट्यून्स, है ना. When he is a balaka rama, that type of tune you can chant. When he is Vishwamitra Yajna Rakshaka Rama, you can chant in differently. You know, if he is a Shiva Dhanur Bhanga Rama, the same Sri Ram Jai Ram tone can change. Sita Swayamvara Rama, it is different. Vanavasi Rama, it's different. Vanavasa itself, the 20 ways of tunes are there because of each episode. Then Ravana Mardana, Sri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, powerful. Same way, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam can be a command, can be a demand, can be a request, can be an emotion, can be even a regret and guilt कि इतने दिन मैंने ब्रह्म का कैसा निराकरण किया, ऐसा बेवकूफ कैसा था मैं. Now I will not do that. Isn't it? That way, this sentence, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. So too, Mama Brahma Nirakarot. These are the ones in which we have to learn to revel always. Who is a Mukta Purusha? A Rishi. Who is a Rishi? Who revels always in Brahman. That Rishi can opt to be a samsari like us, to revel in Upadhis and revel in the Jagat. And he will be a Dukhi like us again and again. Continuously. Sukha may be Dukha in this samsara. In Brahma Jnana, Dukha may be Sukha. Because Dukkha happen at the Upadhi level, I am just watching it and enjoying because I am the Adhisthana. Therefore, there is no Dukkha there. Even in Dukkha, there is no Dukkha, only Sukha. Here, even in the Sukha, there is Dukkha because it's limited, conditional, disappearing. So, Maham Brahma Nirakurya, Mama Brahma Nirakarod, Nirakaranamasta, Nirakaranamasta. Then what is to be done throughout the day? You have to ask a question. Same thing asked by all disciples to their gurus. Whether they are the Pauranika disciples like Shaunakadi to Sutadi, or the Upanishadika disciples like again Shaunaka to Angirasadi. He is the example for both. Cause for the Purana Bhagavata, Shaunaka Rishi asking Sutaji. Cause for the Upanishad, Shaunakaji asking Angirasaji. Wherever you see, only one question we ask, what to do. उन सबका एक ही आंसर है. What is it? उपनिषद धर्मा ते मई संतु. दिन भर मैं क्या करूं, जिंदगी भर मैं क्या करूं, सारे उपनिषद धर्मों को अपने अंदर इकट्ठा. Isn't it? So far we are doing the ikatta of the monies, the properties, the people, the friendships, so many other projects, indulgences. We are only doing collection of all of them, and they were giving all the bondage and dukkha. Now, ye Upanishad Sudharma Temes. After listening to this, we should have no question as to what to do whole day. But a little homework we have to do to jot down. Already told the 5 things or 4 things. Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampada, Guru Upasadana, Shravanamanna Chintana Nidhyasana, experience and establishment, and then giving the same thing to others. ये 5 चीजें ही करना है हमको. All the time in that. And whatever makes it conducive to do this, those atmospheres we have to create around us, or go to those places where these atmospheres are naturally available, easily available, effortlessly available. Then only Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vyavaharika Shanti, Aupadika Shanti, Atmiya Shanti. Think about it. What a good mantra, no? इसी में revel कर सकते हैं हमेशा. Now, having seen it, we took up the Sambandha Bhashya. Jnana Karma Samuchaya Khandana is done. Will not repeat it. Listen to the discussions already done. Krishna, then the latest portion is in this Upanishad, bulky portion of it is Upasana only. Because it's a part of Upanishad, Upasana, it has to be done. Our hearts have to be made convinced. Therefore, Bhagavan Adi Shankara took up the duty of explaining to us the need of them in the Sambandha Bhasha. Okay. So, one is the Rahasya Samanyata, second is Manovrutti Samanyata. Rahasya Samanya is, it is given in the Upanishad as a part of it. Manovrutti Samanya means as much Vedantic Jnanam before sadhana anubhuti is a Manovrutti, so much is the Upasana also is Manovrutti. That is how there is samatha in them. That is why, along with Brahma Vidya, Vritti or thoughts, the Upasana Vritti also is given in the Upanishad for us to do. Up to this we have seen. Manovritti Matram. Okay. Tata Anyani api Upasanaani. Tata Anyani api Upasanaani. Manovritti Rupani. Iti Astihi Samanyam. Samanata between Brahma Vidya and Upasana is both are given in Upanishad, both are Vritti Sama, Manovritti Sama. Now the question is, Kaha Tarhi Advaita Jnanasya Upasananancha Vishesha. One of the very, very important topics. What is the Vishesha specification which leads to the difference between the Advaita Jnana and Upasana? Kaha tarhi Advaita Jnanasya Upasananancha Vishesha. Uchit. See that at one place, completely the definition of Advaita Jnana, what is its duty, job, and what is Upasana. What is said here is worthy of thoroughly understanding, mastering. We are trying to see this subject. What is it? Swabhavikasya Atmani Akriye. That Atman, my own essential self, which is by its Swabhava Akriya. Akriya means two reasons, two explanations we gave. It has no Kriya to do to get anything else. The Atman in me. Second, Akriya means in it there are no modifications. Akriya is no karma, no vikara, no modification. It has nothing to do for achieving anything. There is nothing which can bring vikara in it. So, Akriya Atma. Therefore, Akriya he has nothing to do. Therefore, only when one does something to get the result, he'll have to go through the Janma Marana, the samsara. Because Atman is Akriya, there is no Janma Marana samsara. So too, the compelling modifications, the necessary modifications. And the compelling modification are, we cannot avoid as a body growing. Nobody stops. No tree, no animal, no human, no bird can stop from that swabhavika modification. That body has to change. It's a compelling change. Another by choice change is when the health is not good, we try to take medicine, take good food, etc. This is called the modifications. For the self, they are not there. Both the natural modifications and to be done modifications are not there. First meaning of Kriya is no Kriya. Therefore, no Phala, no Bandhana. Second, no modification that we have to suffer. That as we become old, those energies which we had earlier at the body level will not be. Definitely to anyone, everyone, no exception. Everybody will become old and that Swabhavika Akriya will be there. Kriya means modification. And sometimes there is a problem, you can do some action to bring the normals. In pure Paramatma, being a Kriya, that becoming old like the body, that nonsense is not there. Becoming diseased, therefore we have to do something to become healthy, that samsara also is not there. So that way, Swabhavikasya Atmani Akriye. On that Atman, which is Akriya by nature. Adhyaropitasya. These are the things that are superimposed on it. What are they? Kartradi. कर्त्रा से शुरू करके कर्त्रा आदि कारक. So karta, bhokta and upadis. They are called karakas. They the upadis make us do the action, but behind the upadis, the karta uses those upadis to do karma. Before that, the individual wants to become the bhokta. So the bhoktrutva, the kartrutva, the upadhi, these three called karakas. Then kriya. With these karaka, the kriyas are done. Kriya or karma. When the karma is done, phala, the result will come. So he becomes the bhokta of this phala. Therefore, this karakas, these kriyas, these phalas, these bhoktutvas, they are all adhyarupita on Atman. Otherwise, Atman is by svabhava, it is akriya. So, swabhavikasya atmani akriye adhyaropitasya kartradi karaka kriyafala bheda vijnanasya. And these are all thoughts. Vijnana means thoughts. Bheda means each modification. So first I become karta and I do karma, then I go through phala bhoga. These many bheda in the individual self, pure self, they are not there. Like when I am doing a cooking, at that time I am a cook. So in me, the karta, there is a cook is there. After cooking, I serve. So then the bheda ho gaya mere mein, karma mein. Then I eat. Then this is a different karta. Then I wash utensils. So how many bhedas that are happening in my identity? Depending on the karmas done, depending on the phalas enjoyed. They are all superimposed. They are all bheda vijnanasya. Vijnana means the thoughtful knowledge. Jnana means consciousness. Here, in that way, we have to understand. In other context, Jnana is Siddhanta Jnana, theoretical knowledge. Vijnana means pure consciousness. Don't get carried away the words. The words are employed for different meaning in different context. Focus on the context. Like in Mandukya, their Vigneya is Paramatma Tattva. Today we will see in the Heya Gneya Apipakyani Vignani Agrayanyataha. तस्मात् अन्यत्र विज्ञेयात् उपलम्बस त्रिषु स्मृतः. विज्ञेय शब्द is used for Paramatma. Okay. This, whatever the thoughtful projection on ourselves about, I am the karta, I am doing this karma as a karaka with all the upadis. Here comes the karma phala. With the upadis, I am having the bhoga of it. ये सारा भेद विज्ञान का निवर्तकम अद्वैत विज्ञान. The pure Advaita Vijnana, when we gain through the Upanishadic study and do that, use that Advaita Vijnana, that does the Nivartanam of all these superimposed aspects on the self. So I am the self. In me, no Kriya, Akriya it is. But such me, these Kartradi, Kriya, Karma, Phala, Adi are superimposed. All are thoughts on. Advaita Vijnana says you are the Advaita Brahman, you are the Sakshi of all of them. They are all only projected and valued by you. Like you make a painting, that's a projection, and then you value it. उसको फ्रेम करके वहाँ रखे, डेली देखते हुए you become खुश. and suddenly one day it falls down or somebody does something with it, it gets broken and we become miserable. और somebody comments on it negatively कि ऐसा इतना गंदा किसने बनाया, ऐसा क्यों रखा आपने, good painting, why don't you put in our house? That fellow doesn't know that we only made that painting, है ना? Then we become so miserable, isn't it? A wise person after 3 4 experiences, first he asks who made it, isn't it? Then if the bahu is made, he will not praise her in front of the mother-in-law, isn't it? That is all practical wisdoms. So here, as we get bound by our own projections, same in our own mind, I am projecting myself to be Upadhi Yukta limited being, and I want Sukha for it from the outer world. To get the outer world, I am taking myself to be the Karta, using Upadhis to do karma, waiting for the karma phala. When it comes, I pounce on it to enjoy. ये सारे शुद्धात्मा में नहीं है. First point. Second, these are the ones which are binding us. So akarta abhokta is the nature of Atman. The Atma Vidya, Advaita Atma Vidya, rejects all the kartrutva bhoktrutva that are projected on the Atman. This is the work of the Advaita Jnana. See, if in one sentence when I read, you can feel the meaning. Swabhavikasya Atmani Akriye Adhyaropitasya Kartradi Karaka Kriyafala Bheda Vijnanasya Nivartakam Advaita Vijnana. This is the job of Advaita Vijnana. That means what? When we are going to study the Advaita Vijnana of the Upanishads, ensure that you understand it this way and ensure that these sadhanas you are doing. Somebody studying Upanishads, Advaita Vijnana, still caught up in a Kartrutva Bhoktrutva Jiva Bhava, rejecting Akarta Bhokta Atman, is not using that Brahma Vidya for his moksha. No, something bought or obtained with all the efforts and not using it for the purpose is as good as not having it only. बताओ, कोई चीज मेहनत करके पाए बट यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं तो एज गुड एज इट्स वेस्ट. So I am studying Upanishads. If I am not rejecting the Aupadika Kartrutva Bhoktrutva, the Jiva Kartrutva Bhoktrutva, and not accepting Akarta Bhokta Atman, तो I am not using Upanishad. It won't help. स्वामी जी इतने दिन से आपका उपनिषद सुन रहे, कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ. नहीं होता. यू हैव टू यूज इट. यूज नहीं किया होगा. Isn't it? Somebody gifted you a car, फिर भी आपके घुटने में पाँव में दर्द हो रहा है. कार तो क्या है, यू आर नॉट यूजिंग द कार, यू हैव पुट इट इन गैराज और डेली घसीटते हुए यू आर गोइंग बाय वॉक ओनली टू एवरी प्लेस. नेचुरली इट विल पेन ओनली. गिफ्ट कार तो है, यू आर नॉट यूजिंग. That is the consequence we have to understand. So the pure self, which is a kriya, on that are the things superimposed, the Veda Vijnana, wherein we take ourselves to be the Karta Bhokta. Advaita Vijnana rejects them. So, yesterday we touched on this topic. Advaita Vijnana rejects the projected Dvaita. The Advaita Atma is already there. It is not created or brought and given to us. I am already that. But that is hidden under the cover of the projected Veda Vijnana. Advaita Vijnana, like the winds move the clouds, removes those Veda Vijnana, wrong notions. Then the sun is already there when the clouds are pushed away. Sun is not created there. He is not brought. He is ever there shining. So too, I am the Akarta Avokta Atman that is ever there. That is realized. So Ajnana, Ajnana Janita, projection is rejected by the jnana. One thorn removing the other thorn. Both of them go away. What remains is my eternal experience of my eternal self, that I am akarta bhokta. Just imagine, I am the pure Sachidananda Sandra without the need of any kartrutva bhoktrutva. Just feel if we reach to that state of experience within ourselves. Total freedom. And in that only there is freedom. Moksha. Not in anything else. So this is the work of Advaita Vijnana. What is the Upasana? Upasana यहाँ बताते हैं. For before that the example. रज्ज्वादाविव सर्पादि अध्यारोपलक्षण ज्ञानस्य रज्ज्वादि स्वरूप निश्चयः. Then prakasha nimitta. So here the Advaita Vijnana is the prakasha, the torchlight. In the example of the rope mistaken as the serpent. Isn't it? What the torchlight does, it focuses on the already existing Rajju. So the Advaita Jnana which we gain through the Upanishads focuses on our essential self, which is Akriya, Kartrutva Bhoktutva Rahita. Once the reality, the rope is apprehended, do we need anything else to do for the rejection or disappearance of the snake? It automatically goes away. Because it was never there, it is projected. Now here one very subtler thing. We shared it maybe 2 years back in our Shvetashtapan discussions. Ki, like in any of the objects kept on a table, kuch cheez rakha. You have covered it with something else. How do you discover that thing? When you remove that cover. Simple, no? कुछ चीज है covered है निकाल देगा. In Vedanta it is other way around. It is little different. Like the Rajju is the reality. What is it covering the reality? The Rajju, the projected snake, isn't it? Therefore, in the example of on the table, something is covered by something, cover is removed, the object is revealed. In the example of Rajju Sarpa, the Sarpa is removed, then the Rajju is revealed. ऐसा नहीं होता. Why? Because you can't remove Sarpa. Why? It is never there. Your effort to remove it gives reality to it. Then what is to be done? The existing rope, when you realize, interesting point, Sarpa cover automatically goes away. Without realizing the substratum reality, superimposition cannot go away. As long as that superimposed remains, it goes on influencing us. In the same way, Atma Jnana removes the Ajnana Janita projections. What is the self is Kartrutva Bhoktutva Rahita Sachidananda Chandra. What is covering it? Kartrutva Bhoktutva Rupi Jiva Bhava. So remove the Kartrutva Bhoktutva Jiva Bhava, then the self is realized. Superficially ऐसा लगता है. Remove that cover, then the object is revealed. No, realize the self, automatically the cover goes down. थोड़ा फर्क दोनों में है कि नहीं? Because in that example, that object which is covering is substantial, real. Therefore, you remove it. You can take it and remove it. The sarpa is not real for you to remove so that the snake is realized. Sorry, the rope is realized. It is not, it is projected. No? How can you reject the projected? You can only realize the reality there. Then it automatically gets rejected. So, Atma Vastu. Atmavastunah Ajnanam. Then the Anatma projection. Right? Theoretically, we have to know that the projected not self, projected out of ignorance, is hiding the self. Theoretically. Practically, effort is always on realizing the actual self. When the self realized, ignorance goes away. When ignorance goes away, ignorance led or resulted projections goes away. In the projection only there is bondage. That is what is. Therefore, Advaita Jnanam is the torchlight, the Prakashaka, which reveals the already existing Advaita Atmavastu, which is Akarta Bhokta Satchidananda Sandra. When that reality is realized, then all the Bheda Vijnana, which is Adhyaropita, cannot stand now. The projections can stand till the reality is realized. If they are not, if the real is not realized, projections play their play. Once the reality realized, the projections cannot stand. The Adhyaropa cannot stand there. उस अध्यारोप का अपवाद हो जाता है. अपवाद मीन्स रिमूवल. अधिष्ठान ज्ञान से अध्यारोप का अपवाद हो जाता है. This is what Advaita Jnana does, and we have to ensure that that is happening in us. Therefore, Atmani Nirate, see, Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, in all that Shanti Mantra, the Atma Tadatmya is given importance if you observe it. Atma Smriti, Atma Jnana, Atma Anubhuti is given importance. Focus on that. So, in the initial days, because of the overpowering effect of the upadhis, upadhi niyantrana, upadhi samanvaya, they are all talked about. But ये सारे ऐसे डेंजर होते हैं in trying to control the mind, senses, body, they are taken by us as real. When they are real, they will never go away. When they don't go away, you can never see the Paramatma Tattva. Isn't it? They are vichitra. Like the Gurudev gives example. Just to test the disciple, Guru told, Arey, daily meditate karo. But remember, before meditation, I am telling you, don't remember these three objects. He tells. And a tree you should not remember. A bucket you should not remember. And a jhadu you should not remember. Okay, at the time of meditation. When Guru tells this fellow every day sits for meditation. First thing he does it, what Guru told not to remember. That only remembers now. Then once it is done, Guru said, Tumko ye teen yaad aaya, so you cannot meditate. That fellow he says, no, I cannot meditate. Every day it happens like that. Are they there exactly required? No, but Guru tested this fellow. In the same way, upadhis, when we identify with them, then also they seem to exist and bind us. Later on, when we try to reject them, that time also they confuse us that they are existing. They sustain. Their existence is accepted. Then you are bound because the upadhis are there. Therefore, in the initial days, we focus on the Indra Prana Mano Buddhi Niyantrana because they are not at all allowing us even little to study the Tattva, Atmavastu. So we control them for some time. Thereafter, focus is only on the Atmavastu. If you can catch today's our class is successful. Once the upadhis are relatively managed, our focus should be only on our Nija Atmavastu. Atma Shravana, Atma Manana, Atma Chintana, Atma Dhyana. In that apprehension of the Atma Anubhava, apprehension is realizing it, the Anatma automatically goes away because they are all never there, they are projected in the non apprehension of reality. When the reality is apprehended, misapprehensions automatically go away. Na? That is what Advaita Vidya does, and we have to do it that way if we have understood it. So, Rajvadaviva Sarpadi Adhyaropa Lakshana Jnanasya Rajvadi Sarupa Nishchayaha Prakasha Nimittaha. Okay, Prakasha has become Nimitta for the Nishchaya of the Rajju Adi Swarupa. Rajju Adi means Rajju, Shuktika, various examples. So when because of the Prakasha, Rajju Adi Swarupa Nishchaya has happened, then what happens? Sarpadi Adhyaropa Lakshana Jnana automatically goes away. So Rajvadau Iva Sarpadi Adhyaropan Lakshana Jnanasya Rajvadi Swarupa Nishchayaha Prakasha Nimittaha. So with the light focused, when the rope is apprehended, reality, the projected snake goes away. So to the Advaita Jnana reveals to us the Advaita Atmavastu, as a result of which the Adhyaropita Kartru Bhoktru Adi Bheda Vijnana that goes away. In other meanings, I am not Karta Jiva, I am the Akarta Atma. I am not the Bhokta Jiva, I am Abhokta Atma. Anumoti. This is what the Vijnana or Vedanta does, Advaita Vijnana, Advaita Vedanta. What is the Upasana? What is the difference? Upasana is totally different. In that, the effort to bring our mind to single pointedness is done there. Atma Vicharana is not there. That's what it says. Upasanam to. Upasana is Yatha Shastra Samarthitam Kinchit Alambanam Upadaya. Upadaya, holding on to, Kinchit, some, Alambanam, support, Yatha Shastram, as told by the Shastra. So, holding on to some Alambanam indicated by the Shastra, suggested by the Shastra to be safe. Otherwise, for concentration, anything can be the Alambana. But why anything you take? Why not Shastra said, Rishi said? Stop there only. Otherwise, I'll take dog for my meditation and I concentrate on the dog. कुत्ते के लक्षण आ जाएंगे फिर बाद में. ऑलरेडी है, बढ़ेंगे वो. So यथा शास्त्रम आलम्बनम in this Upanishad, because of this Upanishad only, Guru Shankara Bhagwan said this. In the entire first chapter, Omkara Udgita Alambana is given to us. Done. Omkara Alambana is sufficient. यथा शास्त्र. थोड़ा नीचे आओगे तो पुराने इतिहासों में भगवन नाम आलम्बन, भगवद रूप आलम्बन. सो यथाशास्त्रम, उपासनम तो यथाशास्त्रम, यथाशास्त्र समर्थितम किंचिद आलम्बनम उपादाय, as told by the Shastra, holding on to some alambanam, tasmin, in that alambana, samana chitta vritti santana karanam. Continuously, same thought flow sending towards that alambanam. Tat vilakshana pratyantaritam. Any other thoughts dissimilar to that, they are rejected. Iti. This is called upasana. This is the Vishesha difference between Advaita Vijnana, Vedanta, Advaita Jnana, Advaita Atma Jnana, and Upasana. Upasana is very essential for our Antakarana or Chitta to come to bring to the single pointedness. That Upasana, whether we do through the Japa or Upasana, the Puja Adi, or Bhajana or Kirtana or Trataka, all of them are Upasanas where Shastrokta Alambana we are taking and continuous similar vrittis we are entertaining, rejecting the dissimilar vrittis. The result is Chitta Ekagrata. Upasana ka phal Chitta Ekagrata. With Ekagra Chitta, now the Nija Atma Tattva, Shravana, Chintana, Vicharana. And as my real self is apprehended, the pseudo self goes away. That is the moksha. And many a times we are good, sincere people, try to control our upadhis for a long time. And we get frustrated because it's an endless endeavor. कब खत्म होगा स्वामी जी ये नियंत्रण? जितना भी करता हूँ होता ही नहीं. अरे भाई, थोड़ा कंट्रोल करो. द रियल सेल्फ यू रियलाइज. In that realization of the actual self, these upadhis and upadhitadatma jiva bhava, that automatically goes away. Today's our learning is this one. Focus more and more on the Atma Vastu. Then the Anatma, projected Anatma, upadhis, automatically they go away. That is the way the uh, Advaita Vijnana work. Upasana is Shastrokta Alambana, and towards that Samana Chitta Vritti Santana Karana. Santana means Samyak Tanoti. Continuous flow of the same thoughts towards that chosen object as per the Shastra. This is 50% of Upasana. Second 50% is Tad Vilakshana Pratyayantaritamit. Any the opposite pratyayas or the vrittis coming, they are rejected. So in the beginning, let us say Sri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama. We are told to chant. One Sri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama and second Sri Rama Jai Rama Jai. In between, 2000 thoughts will come. In that flow of thoughts, Sri Ram Jai Ram kahin beh hi gaya, gone. Again we have to remember, अरे तो मैं बैठा हूँ राम नाम लेने के लिए. Again you remember. Then you chant Sri Ram Jai Ram. Again 1000 thoughts come. Beginning में ऐसा ही होता. Then with more and more abhyasa, more frequently we are able to remember Rama. Yet disturbed by other thoughts in between. Because of the pressure of vasanas, isn't it? Ego. Still Sarvadharman Parityaja is not done. He takes the responsibility for the world. He thinks he is the manager. He thinks he can control wife, children, husband. इन सब ये सब बकवास है ना अंदर, इसलिए that related thoughts will come. So viveka vairagya, when they are devalued, then their thought flow gets reduced. To that extent, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram become more frequent. At the highest level में unbroken flow of Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram thoughts going on, no dissimilar thought. This is the upasana bala. And little more added to that, Rama Bhakti, Rama Shraddha, then asking the Rama to bless, for the Tattva Jnana. ये भी add करोगे, then that upasana becomes more effective, productive. This all, if you see, Chitta Ekagrata achieved through upasana. With the Ekagra Chitta, with the help of the Upanishadic Jnana, Tattvamasi, etc., our essential self, we are understanding and we are trying to abide in that essential self. This is the Advaita Jnana's work. When the real self is apprehended, the pseudo self of Karta Bhokta, which is only Veda Vijnana, only a thoughts they are all, that goes away. We are liberated. Contemplate more on this, you will enjoy your own contemplation. So this is the difference between Upasana and Advaita Atma Jnana, as asked by the Purapakshi, as if Bhagavan Shankara explained to us. Now, Tani Etani Upasanani, all these Upasanas, Sattva Vruddhi Karatvena, Sattva Vruddhi Karatvena, they will, सार बुद्धि नहीं शुद्धि है, सत्व शुद्धि करत्वेन. Sattva is antakarana. Shuddhikarana means purification. So these upasanas purify our sattva, our antakarana. Okay. Tani etani upasanani sattva shuddhikarattvena vastu tattva avabhasakatvat. Vastu tattva, vastu is pure self. Tattva is its essential nature, that it is me. Avabhasakatvat, they help in the realization of the self. By purifying our antakarana, these upasanas help us indirectly to realize the self. उपासना से सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन नहीं होता. उपासना से द सत्व बिकम शुद्ध एंड एकाग्र. विद द एकाग्र शुद्ध सत्व, द सेल्फ, by understanding it through Upanishadic Mahavakya, by deeply contemplating on it or searching for it, we have to realize it. But to realize it, the antakarana should be free from ragadvesa, the ashuddhi, free from all its distractions. These two things of removal of ashuddhi and achieving the ekagrata are achieved by the upasana. Therefore, tane tane upasanane sattva-shuddhikarattvena vastu tattva avabhasagatvat. Therefore, because of this reason, advaita jnana upakarakani. That's how advaita jnana, to gain it, they are helpful things, the upasanas. Second thing is what? Alambana vishayatvat susadhyana. Very important thought. This is little more discussion we will do tomorrow. Ki mind without alambana cannot stand till it becomes habituated. Pure self may, there is not even rupanama alambana. Self is beyond all. There, every alambana we have to drop to realize that we are the alambana for everything in the pure self ultimately. But the initial sadhakas, they cannot do it. They need an alambana support. Therefore, this upasana gives an alambana. Therefore, it gives the easiness in our sadhana in the beginning. Second reason is this one. Alambana vishayatvad susadhyanicha. Alambana. Because in the upasana, there is a rupa alambana or nama alambana. Therefore, chitta can be brought into single pointedness easily. Because of this, purvam upanyasyante. In this Upanishad, that is why the exhaustive Upanyasa, lecture or explanation or guidance is given for the Upasanas. What is the first portion contained in this Upanishad? Upasanas. Why the Upasanas? Because they are helpful for the Advaita Jnana Vicharana. Why? They do the Sattva Shuddhi, they do the Sattva Ekagrata. Sattva means Chitta here. Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata, which are so essential for Atma Vichara, are achieved by the Upasanas. And in Upasana, there is an alambana, therefore there is easiness. So with the alambana, when we bring the Chitta into Ekagrata, with the Ekagra Chitta, we can do the Atmanveshana. That is why the Upasanas are given first in this Upanishad. Therefore, all of us, to gain that Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata, do the Upasanas every day, like we do every day our morning chantings, etc. Tatra karmabhyasasya dudikrutatvat. Another thing is, we are so strongly established in doing karmas so far. Drudha rupan. Immediately drop the karma. If it is said, it is as impossible as for an addict to tell that give up that smoking, drinking. Therefore, upasana with the karma told, because of our inability to be without karma at present. So, tatra karma abhyasasya dudikrutatvat karma parityagena upasana eva dukkham. Therefore, even if upasana is impossible without karma, forget about Vedanta. Therefore, cheta samarpanam kartumiti karma anga vishayameva tavadada upasana upanyasya. Therefore, upasana with karma is taught, because without karma we cannot win now. Upasana is taught for chitta ekagrata, chitta shuddhi, because with the chitta anekagrata and ashuddhi, the atma vicharana cannot be done. Atma jnana cannot be pursued. Atma tadatmya cannot be pursued. And without the realization of the Atman, the real self, the adhyaropa of the kartrutva bhoktutva, the jiva bhava, cannot go away. With the presence of the kartrutva bhoktutva jiva bhava, Bandhanam, samsara cannot go on. Therefore, forgetting the moksha, to reject the kartrutva, bhoktrutva, the anatma, we have to realize the Atman. For realizing the Atman, we need the Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata, that is achieved through Upasana. But because we are habituated to कर्म, बैठ के उपासना करो नहीं हो सकता, इसलिए कर्म सहित उपासना ही स्टार्ट. Therefore साधना में क्या है? Study the Upanishads and understand the Brahman as the goal. That should never be forgotten. Now कर्म सहित उपासना करते रहो. Then slowly reduce the karma, be in the upasana. Slowly the upasana, once it gives chitta ekagrata and shuddhi, with that ekagra chitta, enter into the atma dhyana. Upasana not required at that time. So whenever we are directly able to do atma dhyana, no need of upasana and karma. If you are not able to do the atma dhyana, do the upasana. Upasana भी नहीं कर पा रहे हो, upasana संबंधी कर्म करो. You know, all these are in the 12th chapter of Gita. Mayeva manadasva, mayi buddhim niveshaya, nivasishya mayeva, ata urdhvam na samshaya, ata chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi stiram, abhyas yogina tadha mamichaptum dhananjaya, abhyasepya samarthosi, mat karma paramo bhava, madartava karmani, kurvan siddhim avapsisi, ata etadavya shaktosi kartum madhyogam sarva karma phalatyagam tata kurit atmavan. As the four levels of devotion are told, here also the four levels. One is Upasana Rahita Karma. Second is Upasana Sahita Karma. Third is Karma Rahita Upasana. Fourth is Upasana Sahita Atmadhyana. Fifth is Upasana Rahita Atmadhyana. Sixth is Atmanubodhi. Seventh is Anatma Nirmulanam. When the rope is known, the snake goes away automatically. When the Anatma goes away, all bondages were there in the Anatma only. Isn't it? The bondage of Janma, Jara, Roga, Mrityu. They are not in the self, no? They are only the Upadhis. Upadhyukta Jiva Bhava. Self never dies only. But we always have the fear of death, old age. ये सब शरीर उपाधियों का है, आत्मा कभी मरता नहीं. नैनम चिंतन्ते शस्त्राणि. This way, these sevenfold sadhanas, keep in mind. Now start doing one by one thing. Tomorrow we'll start our Upanishad. Okay. Om ityetadaksharamudgitamupasita. Om iti udgayate tasya upavyakyanam. So we'll explain this. Then we study with the Bhashyam. So tomorrow auspicious day. Today only we'll start. Om. Repeat. Om. Om ityetadaksharam. Om ityetadaksharam. Udgitam. Udgitam. Upasita. Upasita. Om itihi. Om itihi. Udgayate. Udgayate. Tasya. Tasya. Upavyakyanam. Upavyakyanam. Om iti etad aksharam udgitham upasita. Om iti udgayati tasya upavyakyanam. Om ityetad aksharam udgitham upasita. Om iti udgayati. Om iti udgayati tasya upavyakyanam. So today we started the Upanishad study. So kal once more Upasana and Advaita Jnana difference, 2-3 minutes as a summary we see. Then the Upasana's Avashyakata as told by Shankara Bhagavan, once more we reflect. Then we study the first mantra. Before studying first mantra, we will make you chant the entire first khanda, which has got 7 or 8 mantras. Then what is the entire first khanda containing? That will summarize. Then first mantra we chant. Let us see how the Lord guides us. He is with us. How the Gurus guide us. They are with us. From our side, we are committed to be regular, to be sincere, to study these Upanishad. Thank you. Om 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 Om. So Om Upasana anyway we are doing from the time we studied Mandukya. Now the second aspect today, the Vedic chanting. What should we do? We have done the yesterday Agni Deva Upasana, अथर्वण वेद. टुडे लेट अस डू नेक्स्ट वन, जो भी है देखना है मुझे. आई हैव नॉट सीन. ओम 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 ओम. 24th Suktham we have to study. Om. Om. Takes time for the file to open ना. हाँ जी, अग्नि सूक्तम हो गया 23वां 24. In the 24th, same the Mrugada is the Rishi. Mrugara. Indra is a Devata in this. Here also, like we pray to Indra, Agni-deva, we are requesting Indra to free us from all the papa. You know, all the Devata Kripa, so they enter into us, they're already there, they become activated because of our propitiation, our upasana, then they empower us in doing good, avoiding the bad. नहीं तो ऐसे बैठे रहते हैं, our ego works, our vasanas work, buddhi never works. When you pray to these devatas, they empower our buddhi to think, to know what is wrong, what is right. And they give us the courage of conviction to avoid the bad and to do the good. That's how the devatas krupa work in making us use our purushartha samarthya in doing good and doing correct and avoiding bad and incorrect. That's how we are saved. Okay, in this also, in every of the mantra, we know the Indra's Mahima. Again and again, we contemplate on the glory of that Indra. He is the one who eliminated Vrutra. So, that Indra, I am worshipping by offering all these Charu Purodasha in this Yajna. Such Indra bless us and free us from all these sins. That Indra who is Ugra Bahu, who has rejected, eliminated the Shatrus, that Indra who has finished all the Danavas so many times, that Indra because of which the clouds are made, that Indra who has destroyed that Asura named Vani and liberated all the cows. Such an Indra, please bless me to be freed from this sin. So to Indra, who is the fulfiller of our desires, who is the giver of rains, who is the Lord of the Swarga. You know, and Indra, who is so happy receiving the oblations, especially the Somarasa Ityadi through the Somayaga, etc. Such Indra, we are through this yajna worshipping. May he free us from this sin. Every mantra talks about freedom from the papa. These type of things came in the first kanda also a few months back. So to the that Indra, for whom all the pashus, their whatever the milk etc. are utilized for the yajna, that Indra, because of whom the Chandrama showers every somarasa onto the earth, which nurtures all the plant kingdom. In turn, having consumed that, we become Shaktishali. Such Indra who is Aushadhi Data through the Soma, we are praying, may he make us freed from all the Papa. So, that Indra To propitiate whom? The Soma Yajis do the Soma Yajna. Then that Indra who is invited for other upasanas, who is worshipped by us, then that Indra who is full of the Tejas coaches in him, increased because of our upasanas. He blesses to be freed from all the papa. So that Indra who is the first one to be born to do the karma, you know, that karma of Indra which is always endowed with success only is the alternative for success. Okay, that again Indra's Vajraidha which has finished Vrutrasura Adi, such Indra free us from all these sins. So Indra who in every of the Yuddha does the nirbol of all the Shatrus. Okay, that Indra who blesses the Dampati who worship him and wants to be together. That Indra who brings together both Raja and the Praja when they worship him. Such Indra I am also worshipping. I am doing his stuti and I have a desire from him. For that fulfillment, again I am calling him. The desire is he should free me from all the papa. Wonderful, huh? 7 mantras for Papa Nishkruti. You know, what is sin for you and I, Adhyatmic sadhakas? Not doing something related to Paramatma Tattva. Anything doing other than that is Papa. That means Swami 24 घंटे पाप ही कर रहे. Yeah, and you are getting the result of it also in the form of bhaya and dukkha and shoka and the roga. At the lower level, the papa is those actions prohibited by the Shastra. Or we niche have papa karma is harming the other part of the creation, the beings, etc. Himsa karna. This is called the dushta papa. May it not happen to us. So again, like yesterday, 3 mantras will teach you today. Tomorrow 4 and then together all. Om atha papa nivaranartham atharvana vedanthargata indra suktam. Om indrasya manmahe shashvat. Om indrasya manmahe shashvat. Idasya manmahe vrutraghnaha. Idasya manmahe vrutraghnaha. Stoma upamema aguho. Stoma upamema aguho. यो दाशुषः सुकृतो हवमेति यो दाशुषः सुकृतो हवमेति सनो मुञ्चत्वं हसः सनो मुञ्चत्वं हसः इन्द्रस्य मन्महे शश्वदिदस्य मन्महे वृत्रघ्नस्तो मा उपमेम आगुः यो दाशुषः सुकृतो हवमेति सनो मुञ्चत्वं हसः इन्द्रस्य मन्महे शश्वदिदस्य मन्महे वृत्रघ्नस्तो मा उपमेम आगुः यो दाशुषः सुकृतो हवमेति सनो मुञ्चत्वं हसः. Second one, ya ugrinam ya ugrinam ugrabahuryayur yodanavaanam balamaru roja yodanavaanam balamaru roja yena jitaha sindhavo yena gavaha yena jitaha sindhavo yena gavaha sano munchatvam hasaha sano munchatvam hasaha य उग्रीणामुग्रबाहुर्ययुर् योदानवानां बलमारुरोज येन जिताः सिन्धवो येन गावः स नो मुञ्चत्वं हसः य उग्रीणामुग्रबाहुर्ययुर् योदानवानां बलमारुरोज येन जिताः सिन्धवो येन गावः स नो मुञ्चत्वं हसः. One more mantra. यश्चर्षणि प्रो वृषभस्वर्विद यश्चर्षणि प्रो वृषभस्वर्विद यस्मै ग्रावाणः प्रवदन्ति नृम्णम्
यस्मै ग्रावाणः प्रवदन्ति नृम्णम् यस्याद्वरः सप्तहोतामधिष्ठः यस्याद्वरः सप्तहोतामधिष्ठः स नो मुञ्चत्वं हसः स नो मुञ्चत्वं हसः यश्चर्षणिप्रो वृषभस्वर्विद् यस्मै ग्रावाणः प्रवदन्ति नृम्णम् यस्याद्वरः सप्तहोतामधिष्ठः स नो मुञ्चत्वं हसः यश्चर्षणिप्रो वृषभस्वर्वित् यस्मै ग्रावाणः प्रवदन्ति नृम्णम् यस्याध्वरः सप्तहोतामधिष्ठः स नो मुञ्चत्वं हसः। इतना काफी है। 3 सनो मुञ्चतु अमहसः सः नः मुञ्चतु अमहसः अमहसः मीन्स फ्रॉम द sin मुञ्चतु liberated naha we are saha that lord may that lord liberate us from the sinful life sano munchatu amsaha you can add any name saha krishna naha amsaha munchatu saha ramaha saha devi saha anjaneyah here saha indra in the yesterday's one saha agni next one we will see saha vayu like that 7 devatas second we are seeing now after agni the indra devata upasana all of them we are asking only one beautiful thing free us from the papa. The intelligence in this prayer is as a human being we cannot be we cannot be without doing something or the other. So if we are asked, we are asking the Lord to make us stop doing the papa. Inherently there is another prayer asking them to make us do the punya. It goes without. Little higher way, even punya also having given the phala, it ends. It also hides the Paramatma Tattva from us. Therefore, Punya also is Papa at higher level. Therefore, that Punya Yukta Papa also, O Lord, free from us. And again, how it happens? Only when positively Atma Vichara, Atma Dhyana, Atma Tattva, Avadharana, Atma Tadatmya when we do. Therefore, literal meaning is free us from the Papa. Indicated meaning is make us realize the self. Because only when we realize self, we are free from the punya papa, yukta papa. Both are sin because they are hiding the self. That's how this mantra, 4 more mantras tomorrow we will learn. Good. Friends, in last but one, today's activity, our Rishi Parampara or Rishi Smarana. Today's Rishi is Gaalava Maharshi. Gaalava. Even Gaalava Gotra people are there even now. Again, like other rishis, these rishis, Mata Pita, all of them are not conspicuously noted or given, deliberately avoided because individual is not important, his contribution spiritual is important. That is the glory of our rishi. I have to realize myself. That is my goal. That self is same everywhere. Other than that, the pseudo self Jiva Bhava, which I myself am rejecting, why should I ask others to remember such me? That is the highest wisdom. Like you remembering me, Swamiji. Koi zarurat nahi. You remember Brahman, that's it. This Swami, I myself want to reject it. Why I make you remember? If I ask you to remember means I am in ignorance. Which me I have to ask you to remember me? Which me? This individuality, this jiva, which is binding me only, which I am rejecting. So you remember Brahman. So that's how our receiver is. They were encouraged their individuality at all. Realize Brahman, follow the path. Okay, that's how. Then he is the Shishya of Vishwamitra Rishi. That is the main thing about the Galava Maharshi. Okay. Only one story about him comes important is in Mahabharata, Udyoga Parva, you can see. He is a Shishya of Vishwamitra. So his education is over. He has learned. Then he asked the Guru Maharaj, what Guru Dakshina have to give. Vishwamitra said, कोई जरूरत नहीं है, have self-sufficient. नहीं, like some sannyasins, they take sannyasa after retiring from their government offices. So they get pension also. So Vishwamitra is a retired king. So I am sufficient. You don't need to give me any dakshina. He said, but this boy, Galava, insisted. No, 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 no. Shastra says, without giving Guru Dakshina, the Vidya won't be experienced. Therefore, I want to do it. Then Vishwamitra said, चल ठीक है कि देना है तो दे दे फिर क्या चाहिए. There again he insisted. Then Vishwamitra little annoyed or fed up or became angry or wanted to test him. He asks him to give 800 horses whose one ear is black in color. Ear, एक कान काला होना चाहिए. The entire body should be absolutely fairly white color. Vichitra, just to make fun of this disciple because such things you won't get. So get me the 800 of the such horses. One ear black in color, all body rest is in white color. He just asked me. This fellow was so sincere. Then he went and worshipped Bhagwan Garuda. Garuda Bhagwan came, took him to various kings which were there at that time on the Prithvi and elsewhere. Then a story continues about the one of the Rajakumari named Madhavi. So, with the help of Garuda and his Madhavi, he gets maximum of these horses. Not fully 800, but so many. That was made Vishwamitra ji happy. So he receives that, frees him from the Guru Runa, that Galava. So in that way, Guru Bhakti, we must give Guru Dakshina, that commitment. For that, the highest of the tapasya. These are the story-wise things to be learned from this Galava Rishi. Apart from that, he is also Veda Rishi. He is also got Vedokta Jnana Ityadi. He has served the Vedas by teaching them to his own disciples. There is a Galava Gotra even out there. About him, in the Udyoga Parva, we have told you this story. Guru Bhakti, Satyanishta, Tyaga, all of those Satgunas are proved. Purana Pramana is there in Garuda and Bhagavata, little bit. Vishnu Purana, Brahma Purana also. All of those Puranas speak about him as Mahatapasvi and Veda Vetta. Gaalava SMRUTI is the one text attributed to him, though it is not fully available now. In that, Dharma, Achara, Prayaschitta Vidhana, all these things are given. Okay. So, Guru Bhakti is an example for that. He is an example of Mahatapasya, of trying to do that which is seemingly impossible. For that, he done the tapasya and invoked the grace of Garuda Bhagwan. So, Satyanishta, he didn't escape from his commitment of getting the Guru Dakshina, and that humbleness in him, no arrogance, Dharmanishta, and most important is Veda Parampara Samrakshaka. All of us have to know why we are taught all these rishis and their story every day. मैं तो ये समझता हूँ कि खुद को भी हमें समझकर like those rishis, the Veda Parampara Samrakshana as the first duty, followed by it the Veda Sadhana, Veda Tattva Sadhana, and Sanatan Dharma Vedic Samskriti. All that protection we have to do like our rishis. In that only our redemption is there. And because of the protection and passing of this to the next generation, they also get support for moksha. इससे बढ़कर और क्या है? Live a life like a rishi. So our efforts which are done with humbleness, with dharma bhattata, never get failed. These are the few beautiful lessons we learn from this great Galava Maharshi. Okay, that is enough main story. So we'll chant his mantra. Om Vishwamitra Shishyaya Vidmahe Tapo Vinaya Yuktaya Dhimahi tapo vinaya, tapasya and humbleness. Tanno Galava Maharshi Prachodayat. Vishwamitra Shishyaya Tapo Vinaya Yuktaya Tanno Galava Maharshi. Just 16 times. Start. Om Parabrahma Paramatma Saruva Vishwamitra Shishya Shri Galava Maharshi Namaha Dhyayami Avahayami Stapayami Pujayami. Om Shri Galava Maharshi Namaha Chatra Chamaradin Samarpayami Shaktyopachara Bhaktyopacharadin Samarpayami स्तोत्रेण जपादिना मंत्रेण कीर्तनादिना तोषयामि नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मि मम रक्षणं कुरु शत्रुनिर्मूलनं कुरु आत्मानुभवं प्रति प्रचोदनं कुरु भारतवर्षस्यापि सनातनधर्मस्यापि संरक्षणाभिवृद्धिं विश्वव्याप्तिं कुरु इति प्रार्थयामि डन् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ विश्वामित्रशिष्याय विद्महे तपो विनययुक्ताय धीमहि तन्नो गालव महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम श्री गालव महर्षि नमः नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मि प्रार्थयामि मां रक्ष रक्ष आत्मानुभवं प्रति प्रचोदनं कृत्वा अस्मिन् क्षणे एव परमात्मानुभवेन मुक्तिं प्रदेहि सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दवसंस्कृतेः अपि संरक्षणाभिवृद्धि विश्वव्याप्तिं कुरु ओम गालव महर्षे नमः 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 ओम गालव महर्षये नमो नमः है ना these are all realized saints guided the humanity in dharma and adhyatmikata sustained our sanatan dharma samskriti see we have to be grateful to them. All the disciples we have learned from them. Some in that very life themselves realized and became again the custodians of the dharma. Many of them in the subsequent lives. That's how through the Guru Shishya Parampara, through the Vaidika Jivana Vidhana Samrakshana, the Bhukti Mukti was obtained in those days. It should continue even now. Thank you, friends. In today's common sense thought, the last topic, so simple. Key, it is not how many days we are attending satsang is important. the quantification, though the quantity is very essential. But in and through that, what we have to see the outcome as is, have we, at least now after so much of listening, ascertained our individuality, confirmed our individuality. The two options are Paramatma Prapti Sadhaka, Jagat Prapti Samsari. Who are you? Are we still ki Jagat Prapti Ichha Yukta Samsari identity? Or we are in the confusion of Kabhi Ye, Kabhi Wo? We have to think. If that is continuing, our Shastra Shravana has not been followed by the Manana Chintana. Therefore, the Shuddha Avagahana is not there. That's why still we are hankering behind that which is binding. And we are not strongly holding that which is liberating. Therefore, the identity is important. Am I still samsari or still in a confusion of that I can do both? Or conformedly, convincingly, I have decided I am spiritual Paramatma Prapti Sadhaka, full stop. All other identities rejected. Have we come to this or not? Depending on that, therefore, our every day's life, every moment's life. In that, if I am sadhaka, not a samsari, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 things, which are the doings of a samsari, I will not do them. The rejection of all of them can be done. मेरा वो आइडेंटिटी नहीं है तो मैं वो क्यों करूं? Then as a sadhaka, what are my things to be done? Why will I be lazy in not doing them? I will do them actively. Why today we don't do sadhana and give up the worldliness is our identity is not pakka. Upanishads are the only ones which by teaching us Brahma Vidya give us this new identity that you are Adhyatmic sadhaka. All other things, even Purana Itihasa, they sustain us to a samsari because in them most of the Abhyudaya, Prapti, Upasanas, Karmas only are taught and encouraged. And the fact is, even if I go to Brahma Loka or Indra Loka, if I have not realized my oneness with Brahman as an individuality, I am bound only. Indra is also in bondage if he doesn't know Brahman. I am Brahman. Brahmadeva also is in bondage if he doesn't realize I am Brahmasmi. This should give us such a picture कि मुझे ये वो आइडेंटिटी नहीं, सारे आइडेंटिटी छोड़कर द रियल सेल्फ आइडेंटिटी हैव टू गेन फर्स्ट. That conviction should come to our mind if we listen all this. What is that? Whichever the loka we go, the better bhoga than this may be there, but the bondage won't go away. Will not go away. We are bound on. Keval Atma Anubhavena eva moksha. If you have heard it, then day by day strengthen that I am Paramatma Sadhaka, Atma Sadhaka, Brahma Vidya Sadhaka. I am not a Laukika Samsari. If we don't do this practice, with all the information of Shastra studied, unused, we continue to be a samsari. Then what is the difference between the ones who studied Shastra, Yodai, and others who have never studied? फिर हम भी वैसे ही दुखी है, हम भी वैसे ही संसारी है, तो कर क्या रहे हैं हर दिन फिर आकर? Only a time pass? Then we are cheating ourselves. This is the second thing today. First is identity. Second, therefore, what to do, what not to do. थर्ड थिंग इसी का एक ऐसा है कि after rejecting these are not for me, there are million things to be done in the world, million things to be known in this world, but I am the Brahma Jignasu, therefore why should I go for them? वो वाला continuous rejection of some what do you call proposals from the Antakarana, also from the outer world, is to be done if you have decided to be a sadhak. Then a big question, interesting question, next topic it is related to this only. Ki, having studied the Upanishads, have we understood where the Ananda Sukha lies? Or have we understood which is the real Sukha? आर वी सीकिंग दैट और सीकिंग समथिंग एल्स? ये भी थोड़ा होमवर्क कर लेना कि आई वांट द आउटर वर्ल्ड सुख, और आई वांट द देह सुख, or I want the nidra sukha, or I want the indriya sukha, or I want the vishaya sukha, or I want the mano sukha, बुद्धि सुख, और द आत्म सुख। कौन सा सत्य है, समझ में आया कि नहीं? इसलिए देयरफॉर कौन सा पाने का इच्छा करना है, प्रयत्न करना है, ये बात भी थोड़ा ज्यादा ही क्रूशियल है। थिंक अबाउट इन द वेदांत ऑफ मांडुक्य लेवल, योग वासिष्ठ लेवल, the outer world itself is unreal. How can it give us sukha? The upadhis themselves are projected. How can they give us sukha? है ही नहीं, वो सुख कैसा देगा बताओ? सुख देगा ऐसे हम भाग रहे, इसलिए the opposite of sukha called dukkha we are getting. Higher Vedanta says one self alone is real. If at all sukha is there, it must be in that only. Seek it. तो आ तो contemplate करना घर में, which sukha I am seeking in my mind now. That proves whether I have become adhyatmic sadhaka or still continuing to be a samsara. बीच बीच में रुक रुक कर एसेस करते हुए रीस्टार्ट, रीसेट एंड रीस्टार्ट, रीसेट रीस्टार्ट, वी हैव टू कीप ऑन डूइंग. थैंक यू. कंटिन्यू टुमारो. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you friends. God bless you. What a patience you have. Wonderful. My respects to you.